There's something really cool inside this box. I'm gonna put it on the bed. It's hot. This is Optimus Prime from Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, the Face Taker. And you know what? It's much better than the Alien Attack optional girl. This is a copy of the 3-0 Optimus Prime, and both of them are non-transforming figures. This was sent to me by the showzstore, link in the description below. And make sure to use the code MECHA, and check out their Discord server where they give away discounts. And then give me your face. Also, we need to add the doors. Yeah, so this piece is pretty loose on my figure for some reason. Okay, these should be on the right way. Probably, I don't know. I'm not that smart. Now this figure is gorgeous. All the paintwork on this figure is absolutely excellent. And it does differ from the 3-0 figure. That one has a more weathered look to it, while this one has a more clean look to it. And if you really wanted to, you could probably give it some weathering yourself. However, I do feel like the face looks kind of weird. But if you do take a closer look at the head, there is a lot of detail going on. In the face, the eyebrows, the eyes, and all around the head too. This section right here has a whole lot of detail going on, even more detail on the back of the head. It does have a closed up mouthpiece, which we will get to later. Down over to the chest piece, you have some nice reds with the front of the truck at the chest, the two doors at the side, a lot more intricate detail down here in the abdomen area. There's lots of tiny details that you might miss out on if you don't take a closer look. Down over to the crotch piece, not as detailed as the rest of the figure, but it's not really supposed to be. Here's a closer look at the arms. It looks like you got some spring details there and a little bit more detail on the side. Some wonderful red bits. It looks like there's some marks on there, unfortunately. The hand, pretty basic. The legs of the figure are also wonderfully sculpted. You have a little bit of detail inside the thighs, this gold bit over here, some more mechanical details down onto the rest of the leg. Here's a closer look at that. Over on the side, once again, some extra mechanical detail. Down over here, you got the wheel, which is different from the rest of the wheels on the figure. And even the back of this figure looks absolutely gorgeous. Once again, you got so much going on. You have his fuel tanks at the back. Looks like that's the trailer hitch for the vehicle mode. And if you take a closer look, you can see a bit more detail going on. Once again, some more excellent molding going on the rest of the figure. Down onto the legs, once again, more detail. The reason I keep going on about detail on this figure is because this figure is insanely detailed. Now I would be careful with this figure because it is mostly plastic with some joints being die-cast parts. You can see the joints of the knees are die-cast and the joints on the elbows. The regular feet also has die-cast parts for the joints. Also, there are some sharp points at the back, so I would be careful of that as well. By the way, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, or else. This figure does have some loose parts that keep falling off, which is unfortunate. This figure does come with a closed mouthpiece, which I will put on in a minute. The most interesting thing this figure came with is an extra pair of feet. These ones are definitely bigger than the ones that already come on the figure, and they're die-cast metal, if you can tell. And I think I'm going to be displaying the figure with these. Oh, there it goes again. You know what? That's okay. We needed this to come off. It just makes it easier to replace the mouthpiece, which for that, we need to take off these side pieces. And while we're replacing the mouthpiece, let me show you, if you take this off, there is a button right here for some LEDs. LEDs, none. Unfortunately, this figure didn't come with any batteries, but it uses AG10 batteries. So now we need to take this little goatee bit off. If I lose anything, I'm gonna be so upset. Also, before I forget to mention, you do need to unscrew this for the batteries, so don't go ripping this off. Okay, this is like performing surgery on a tiny baby. Now we can add the mouthpiece and then reassemble the figure. Now with this mouthpiece on, I do think the head looks a bit better. There is something just off about the eyes, and I can't really explain what that is. But I feel like that's a minor complaint when the rest of the figure is pretty good looking and a fraction of the cost of the original. Now I did notice that the metal feet aren't as painted as the feet that's already on the figure. There's some spots of yellow on the feet that the metal feet don't have. Also, I just realized that the left foot is missing a piece that the right foot has. It seems like my figure just didn't come with it, and I'm working on getting a replacement piece. He does come with two swords, and if you want to take a closer look at that, it does have some of these Cybertronian inscriptions on there, and the color of this is less silver and it feels more like a bronze to me. It does have that translucent orange, while the rest of it being a more opaque orange. He does come with two blasters. One of them has this piece on the end of it, and it's something I'd be careful not to break, but a closer look at it, it does look very nice. You have some shiny silver here and a bit of a metallic gray going on the rest of it. It does have quite a bit of nice detail on it, and then both of these are pretty much the same. Once again, this one just has that piece on it. If you really wanted to, you could give him a loose grip of the swords, but it's not supposed to go there. It is supposed to go in this slot. I'm not sure if it goes in any further, but I'm just gonna leave it right there because I don't want to have a hard time taking it out. Oh fuck. I should really probably glue this on. And for the blasters, there is a tab on the inside of the hand, but there's no section on this for it to tab into. And the grip on this is pretty loose, unfortunately. Also, on the packaging, I just found this. So this tiny piece goes back here. It does seem like during shipping, a lot of pieces in this figure kind of just fell off. Now onto the articulation of the figure, and the instructions actually show you what parts of the figure have movement. The head can move back and forth. It can move side to side. 360 rotation is limited because of these pieces. The head can tilt side to side, and I would be careful when when moving the head around because it does run into these pieces and it might loosen them up. These pieces can move. The shoulder piece can move, and you can bring it in and out. This is also on a ball joint, and if you look inside of it, there is a bit of extra detail. There's a joint over here for moving the arms, and you can bring the arms out like that. Some bicep rotation, a double hinge joint for the elbow bend. The hand can rotate, and each finger is individually articulated on hinge joints, which the 3-0 figure doesn't have. That has individual hand sculpts. These door pieces can also move since they're on a ball joint. There is a bit of an ab crunch. You do also get some really good side-to-side movement. There is waist rotation. The legs can come out. You can kind of bring this leg out to the side, that wheel gets in the way, and then you can bring it back. You get a knee bend over here and another knee bend right there. So you have a double hinge for the knee bend. You can rotate the legs. The feet can move back and forth, and they have a good pivot on them. I will say that these feet are kind of loose and cause the figure to fall over, but the metal feet are much tighter. The toes also have articulation, and in addition to the major points of articulation on this figure, there's a lot of tiny pieces on this figure that also have bits of movement. If we go to the back, this part right here moves, and these pieces also move. These parts on the wheels can move as well. The tires can't really spin, they're very tight, and I don't really want to loosen them up. And there's probably some other points of articulation on this figure that I might have missed. Since this figure is so large, it is a bit difficult to do some size comparisons, but here he is next to Holiday Optimus as well as a KO Optimus. Here he is next to an oversized knockoff Masterpiece Optimus, and here he is next to Cybertron Optimus, and the Alien Attack Optional Girl. If you want a really detailed Optimus Prime figure without breaking the bank too much, then I think this is the figure to buy. Now, if you are wondering about that Alien Attack Girl or that Holiday Optimus Prime, check out those reviews over here or check out this other review.